Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine. For the equine athlete, we are back at the Creek, Albion Park, on Saturday night. 8 races. This meeting coincides with the big one from Melton. That's the AG Hunter Cup program featuring Leap to Fame, so we wish him all the best. Tricky draw, though, the inside of the second row. But here at Albion Park, it's a strong card. We've got a very good open featuring For Real Life, Manila Playboy. They're both in action for the first time this year in 2025. And the Mares Open as well is a very good race. For mine, I think it's the race of the night. So I'm looking forward to that one, the Mares over the mile. In this edition of Weekend Winners, we've got two of the very best, Pete McMullen and Adam Sanderson. Pete McMullen jumps in the hot seat to go through his drives on Saturday night, and he's certainly got some key drives. We're fresh into 2025. Pete McMullen coming off that record-breaking Metro season. 75 winners throughout 2024. He joins us for the first time this year in 2025. Pete, congratulations for last year. Can you break your own record now in 2025?
Thank you, Chris. I think it's going to be a tough one this year. You know, I've obviously got a few nice horses in the stable, and you know, a little bit of luck, we can venture in the state and have a bit of a shot down there. So the chances of being away, for some substantial part of the year.
Okay, but you're off to a good start. Tell me this: I'm tipping you would have had some difficult decisions to make going into Saturday night's program.
Yeah, definitely this week there were some tricky decisions to make, and I'm still not convinced I've made the right ones. But it is what it is, and we just sort of got to make do with what we got, and it's just the way the bit of the roll of the dice, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get into it. Race 1. Here you had the choice between Jamaican Rock and Delhi Row. You've opted for Jamaican Rock. 1 start, 1 victory. He was sharp, PB time there. What was the inclination with going with this horse over Delhi Row?
Probably the barrier draw was probably really the main factor. I sort of said early in the week the barrier draw was going to decide it, and then they both drew well, so it made it a bit tricky. But he trialled really sharp last week, and and Chantel's also got a very good sort of combination there with Delhi Row. So she was more than happy to take the drive on him, and I think it'll hopefully give both runners the best chance.
Okay, with Jamaican Rock, has he been a bit of a surprise? He trialled really well prior to that first up victory. He then delivered on race day with that first up win. Has he surprised connections?
Oh, I think he's surprised some. To be honest, he's a horse I'd watched for quite a while. I think he was South Australia Tour of the Year, and he was by a Rock and Roll Dance, so I was sort of watching him closely, and as a horse he was blessed with plenty of ability. He was just doing a few things wrong, and when he sort of come for sale, and Paddy was looking for a horse, and he asked me about him, and we sort of snapped him up as quick as we could because we sort of knew how much ability he had. So I think his horse is going to go a fair way. He's got really good high speed, and I think he's sort of on the way up.
Okay, so this race on Saturday night looks tailor-made. A mile, kind draw. He's going to prove hard to catch.
Yeah, I think it's the definitely the sort of right draw and right conditions. Maybe not the right week for him as far as he hasn't raced in probably over a month there now. So if he could have another week, it would have been perfect. And it's a very hot field. These $20,000 races, they certainly sort of some good ones come out of the woodwork for him, and this week's no different. It's one of the strongest sort of QOs you'll see, probably all year. Yeah, no doubt.
Delhi Row, he was impressive first up, and the time backs it up as well.
Yeah, definitely. He was he's a nice 2-year-old, nice 3-year-old, and he seems to come back bigger and stronger. So he's drawn up beside us there. He's got good gate speed as well, and he's going to be hard to beat. And obviously Mighty Sally's in excellent form, but there's depth through this whole entire race, so it's going to be a pretty good race.
Yeah, for sure and certain. What about race 2? This is the band 5, My Rocky Romance. You had the choice here, My Rocky Romance and Momentum Swing. My Rocky Romance, you've gone his way. Certainly not surprising, because he looks like he's getting better.
Yeah, he definitely is, this horse. It was only a few months ago I was sort of a little worried where he's going to end up, and I thought the rating system sort of claimed another victim, but he's sort of stepped up and actually has surprised us a little bit. Just his turn of speed of late has really picked up, and I think he'll be in with a shot this week.
Can he find the front here from this good draw?
Yeah, possibly. He's obviously got good gate speed, and the draw's okay. There is a little bit of speed to his inside, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where he ends up. But, you know, he's now shown in recent times that he's no one-trick pony.
Yeah. Do you think he's better in front or chasing them down?
Oh, look, I think it just depends on, you know, tempo, to be honest. You know, when he won there a few weeks ago, come from last, yeah, like that was pretty impressive, really. It doesn't happen very often. They come from last at the top of the stretch and go straight past them. But, you know, and then a week later or a few days later, he come out and went a 52 mile on the front end. So, you know, he can do it both ways. It's just probably, yeah, just very tempo related.
Yeah, he's a tough horse as well because he's standing up to plenty of racing.
Yeah, you know, he loves his tucker and he a bit of a fat little fella. So, yeah, a bit of racing sort of doing him good.
Okay, race 3. This is the Open. Good race as well, and that's what we'd expect. Brados Lad is your drive. You partnered him last week when he was second. This is going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, it's, you know, these Open races, they're always really good races and you know, very interesting. So the draw probably isn't ideal for this fella. You know, won the second line. It sort of, you know, takes sort of, you know, you can't make your own luck from there, so you've got to rely on, you know, luck a little bit. And, you know, North Fiasla falling out, obviously a very good horse, but, you know, I wouldn't expect him to be in front. So, you know, it's possible he could, you know, get stuck in there somewhere, but time will tell.
Okay, how important or how closely will you be watching for Real Life? Because he's had 2 trials back. You've beat him in both trials with one of your own stars and Whisper a Secret. So how closely do you watch for Real Life?
Yeah, you know, I've always watched him very closely. He's a very good horse, and you know, just his presence. You know, when he's around. So it'll be interesting to sort of see what sort of tactics happen there. You know, both trials he's sat in and been pretty effective, and yeah, but obviously got, you know, wicked gate speed as well, and so just, you know, interesting to sort of see where he ends up, and yeah, it's going to be another good race.
Okay, I think this is the best race on the program. The Mayor's Open, and you guys are loaded right now. You've got 3 runners here: Riley Rainbow, the Sun and the Moon, Mickey Magic, all successful last Saturday night, so they're on the 7-day backup. Was this a tough race to make your choice?
Yeah, well, it probably wasn't super tough. You know, as far as Mickey Magic, she's got a few tricks, is the reason why I've gone her way. But, you know, I would have loved to have been driving either of the other 2 mares. Obviously, they're both classy mares, and, you know, they're both going to be hard to beat this week. So, yeah, I probably got, you know, a bad deal here. But at the same time, she's airborne at the moment as well. So I think she'll race well.
Which one felt the best winning last week?
Well, Riley Rainbow, she was probably never in doubt, and was, you know, her last half was awesome, and she's a good little, you know, really good little mare, and, you know, she's getting better each week, a bit of fitness will just continue to help her improve. But the Sun and the Moon, I didn't think she was entitled to win last week. That was pretty impressive, and, you know, around the last turn, I still didn't think she could win, and to finish off the way she did, and off the track and the split she ran, it was impressive as well. And Mickey Magic, you know, I sort of expected her to win, and then she got the perfect trip. So, you know, she just continues to go about her business and keeps getting better each week.
Yeah, it's a good race, like I said. They'll run a bit of time here.
Yeah, I would think they would. You know, these mares races, they're getting better all the time, and, you know, credit to Racing Queensland for putting them on and continuing to sort of put them on each week, because, you know, it is probably helping the entire sort of, you know, the whole racing sort of industry, because, you know, you've got sort of mares making more money, getting better times, and we're also keeping them here in Australia.
Okay, tell me this, though. If you could have another choice, a redo, which one are you driving?
Oh, look, I love Riley Rainbow. Yeah, she's like a little race car. She's an absolute little sweetheart, and, you know, you can just put her wherever you want, do whatever you want with her, and, yeah, there's nothing better than driving her. But, yeah, Chantel that was her first pick, so we just sort of go with that, and happy wife, happy life.
Too right. And with Tommy Callaghan driving the Sun and the Moon, he partnered that mare in a recent trial, and she went particularly well for Tom in that trial. Yeah,
definitely, which played a part here too. You know, we sort of knew she sort of trialled really well for Tom, and, you know, we had a feel of her, so, you know, it sort of made sense that Tom sort of drove her. You know, Nella mare, as I say, she can just be a bit of a handful at times, so it's probably the main reason why I've stuck with her.
Okay. Race number 6, Cosmic Flies, your drive here. You were aboard this guy last week when he was able to score. Did he blow your hair back last week? Because he was impressive to the eye last week.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they did go a little bit hard up the front, and but just once again at the 400, sort of gave him sort of no hope, and thought he had too much work to do, and he ran him up and went straight past one that was standing still. So that was pretty impressive. He's probably got to step up a little bit again this week, but you know, he's a horse that's always sort of shown talent. You know, his form's probably been a little bit mixed, and you know, he's probably been a little unlucky. He's come through in a year where there was you know, a lot of talent around, and not just sort of one nice sort of horse of the age group. There was probably 10 nice ones, and he's probably been sort of oversighted a little bit. You know, he probably could have featured in some of those sort of feature stakes races otherwise.
Is he a confidence type horse? Does he turn up on Saturday night with back-to-back victories feeling 100%?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, the first time I drove him, and yeah, he's probably not the easiest horse to drive. He can get a little aggressive at different times, and yeah, I think if we can, you know, get him in the right rhythm again, he'll yeah, put his best foot forward.
All right. What about the trot? This is going to be a good race as well. Standing start conditions, top of the moment. Last week, just no luck.
Yeah, it didn't work out last week, but I'm actually looking forward to getting him back to the stand start. You know, the mobile races, he's got wicked gate speed, but I think he's just doing a bit too much early, and I think the stand start this week hopefully will sort of, you know, help him settle and get a bit more rhythm, and you know, hopefully he'll finish off really good.
All right, so you're 1 off 10 metres, so you're going to follow straight out behind Not As Promised.
Yeah, well, you know, I think last time I met in the stand we stepped really good and ended up following him as well. Just had to do a bit of work that night as well, so, you know, if everything went to plan, you know, we could be following him again, but, you know, trotters, you don't sort of make too many plans, I don't think. You just sort of go out there and cross your fingers and hope for the best. So hopefully it all works out, but, yeah, the top of the moment and any trotter, I think you just sort of cross your fingers and hope everything works out.
All right, but in a perfect world, can you get him for speed?
Oh, look, I think he could. You know, he's a super fast trotter top of the moment, but yeah, I don't know if he's right at his best just at the moment. So, you know, if he does no work, it'll be interesting to see how much speed he's got late.
Okay, last week you got half the card, 4 of the 8 races. Give us one for this week. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Oh, look, it's going to be a tricky night. I think they could all win with even luck this week, but yeah, we haven't got the best draws, and I think we just got to sort of hope that we get some good trips, and if we get some good trips, they could all be the chance, but there's probably no standout.
All right. You're the Minister of Speed. There's no question about it. Appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Cheers, Chris.
Adam Sanderson jumps in the hot seat to go through his drives on Saturday night, and he's with us now. Adam, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
We start in race 2. Your first drive behind Momentum Swing. This is a horse that's in really good form. It looks like he's got a few quirks. What are the expectations here with this guy?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about him. Obviously, I haven't driven him before, so the form looks good, and he's racing well, so it's definitely a nice one to pick up.
Draw doesn't help, drawn off the second row, and the main danger is drawn nicely in gate 3, My Rocky Romance. He's obviously the horse to beat, so what are you hoping for here early? A genuine tempo?
Yeah, obviously that's the key, but this fella seems to you know, follow a good speed and get home as good as any, so yeah, that'll be the key. We need a bit of a speed duel up front, and hopefully, yeah, that plays out.
Okay, My Rocky Romance, easily the horse to beat?
Yeah, obviously Pete had the choice, so yeah, obviously leader Peter too, so front line, and here we going forward, and speed should be on.
Okay, race 4, I think this is one of the highlight races on the card. The Mare's Open. You're driving Sergio's Rocket. Now, I think she's probably going to go off as one of the outsiders, but she's going a lot better than what that numerical form reads. Yeah,
definitely. She's going well. This is her best draw for a long time, so hopefully, yeah, she'll ping out and hopefully take a set on the right one, and yeah, they'll definitely know she's there. Yeah. She obviously missed a run, you know, a week ago, so that might be for her downfall, but you know, she'll be finishing on as good as any.
Okay, it's a deep race. There's a number of in-form mares here, so you've got the speed to lead from the inside. What would be the right horse to take a trail on?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Just yeah. Sorry, someone just come in the room then. Yeah, there's a few there that you'd obviously like to sit on without doing too much work. So yeah, that'll be well, probably whatever the best one gets there. Yeah, that'll be the key to our race.
Okay. What about in race number 5, Bold Medley Jude, John? You've picked up the drive on this guy. He's drawn the outside of the second row. It's 1 mile. Do you have any expectations here?
No, not a lot. Obviously, yeah, probably needs to improve a little bit in this field, but yeah, we'll give him his best chance, and hopefully we get a bit of luck.
Okay. His recent efforts have been okay, but he looks like he's the type of horse that goes best when he's able to lead.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's a bit of an attitude thing. Obviously the ability is there, but he needs to put his best foot forward. So hopefully we can get that out of him on Saturday.
Okay, race 6. You're driving Firebolt again here. This is going to be its 5th run back this campaign. Runner-up its last 4. Could you have done any more for it last time out?
No, she definitely had her chance. Obviously it was unlucky that the one was on her back that beat her, but she had her chance and she got home a good half. So hopefully we can we can dictate again on Saturday and hopefully just go one better.
So is that the plan, to try and hold the front again from the inside and catch me if you can tactics?
It's not she's adaptable. So hopefully it's all pressure based. Obviously she had none last week, so it'll just be a matter of letting the race pan out and see what happens.
Do you think she goes best in front, or would she be better chasing a target?
Oh, I think she does go well in front. I think over a mile, in front's definitely a good place to be. But just with the 2100, it might be she as I say, she's adaptable and she's got that speed. So yeah, it's just pace dictated.
Okay, horses to beat in this race. Looking like one of the stablemates, Risk Taker and Cosmic Fly. He was impressive last week.
Yeah, going well again. It's a horse that looked quite handy early and probably tapered off, but obviously Pete's found the key to him, so he's a good one to probably take a sit on. And yeah, as I say, the stablemates, he's going to be hard to beat too. All
right, race 7. This is the trot. You're driving Son of a Son. He's probably going to start the outsider in this field. I just feel that he's going to win sooner rather than later, this horse. It may not be Saturday night, but I think he's got a win in him very shortly.
Yeah, he just seems to have an interrupted prep, whether he can't get starts or something happens. So the ability's there. He's running. Well, he's obviously had a victory over Victory Hill. So obviously the ability's there, but it might just be one of those ones where you see him pop up in an easier race, and he's definitely he's knocking on the door.
Yeah, this does look tough though, with not as promised top at the moment. They're going to dominate the betting here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, these open class trots, in Brisbane lately, they're probably as good as any going around. So if we see him just finishing off and hitting the line, we'll be more than happy.
All right, the last race on Saturday night, your driver's Houston Street. Now, this mare was able to score first up at Redcliffe last week. She goes straight back to Albion Park. She's obviously going to strip fitter. She comes up with a nice draw. How do the confidence levels look here?
Yeah, hopefully her confidence levels have risen from that victory. So she's a funny horse. She needs to be out and rolling. She lacks that speed. So if somehow we can work our way to the front, that would be very, very key to our chances. Can
you cross Heavenly Wisdom?
I don't think I can cross it early. If I'm sure they'd be happy to take a sit. It's just a matter of whether I can hold the ones to her outside, which probably doesn't look likely, unfortunately.
Okay, but if she's thereabouts, she'll be competitive.
Yeah, she's just a grinding type. Just that speed she lacks. So even sitting parked, I expect her to run a good race.
Okay, which driver are you most looking forward to?
Nothing stands out, so hopefully we can just pull a miracle out of that. Pull a miracle out of the hat and get something home.
Okay, 2 quick ones before I let you go. Hide and Seek, was it frustrating for you last Saturday night at Menangle?
Yeah, frustrating, annoying, a lot of emotions, but he's just obviously, that's him, he can do it, and he was obviously, unlucky not to win it. So hopefully he come back and reset and start that picket fence again.
Okay, you're an NFL expert. Who wins it, Chiefs or the Eagles?
Hopefully the Chiefs. Hopefully the Eagles. So they beat the Chiefs. I'll bug it up there, but hopefully the Eagles. I really just don't care who wins. I don't want to watch it, but I'll be watching it and I'll be having a few beers and either way. So
okay. Hey, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
As always, a big thanks to our 2 drivers giving up their time and insights this week. So Pete McMullen, Adam Sanderson. Hopefully there's plenty of winners coming their way on Saturday night. Time now for a good thing or two. I think in race 6, right in the middle of the program, horse 5, Cosmic Fly. Pete McMullen, he gave him a good push. I probably would have been more confident if he said he was his best driver on the night, but just off the back of what he did last week, I see no reason why he can't win again. He is chasing 3 in a row, going back-to-back here at Albion Park. I'm going to mark him the best bet. Race 6, number 5, Cosmic Flyer. Our first race gets underway at 5:42, 8 in total like I said. A great card coming through from Melton as well. Cheer on the Champ, Leap to Fame as he chases a little bit of history, looking to become the first horse since Blossom Lady to go back-to-back in the AG Hunter Cup. It's a great weekend of harness racing action coming our way. We'll see you trackside at Albion Park this Saturday night.